Hey, how you doing? I got a question for you. Where do you buy fabric now that Joann's is closed? I started quilting about 6 months before they closed, and I had my 40% off coupons, and I was excited to get good deals on fabric, and then all of a sudden they went out of business, and I was devastated like a lot of you were. But I ran across this article in Better Homes and Gardens by Kathy Barnes. I'll put a link down below to it, and she gives you some alternative places to shop. So I wanted to compare notes with you and from reading this list and see if we're sort of on the same page about where we can go to get fabrics. Now, first on the list was she had IKEA and Walmart. I did not know that IKEA was selling fabric. If you've shopped there, let me know. I had no idea. Next time I go, I'm gonna look. But Walmart back in the day used to sell quite a bit of fabric, and they actually had people there that would cut yardage for you. But now they've sort of been downsized to like one little aisle. But still, don't count them out because I just did this John Deere quilt, and I bought at least half of my fabric for that quilt at Walmart. So you know, it may not be the best quality, but to me it was okay. And especially if you're going to make charity quilts or things like that, you don't discount Walmart. It's fairly reasonable priced, and there's probably one not too far from you. I think though, and some of you have mentioned that you don't live anywhere near a fabric shop or store, is online. And that may be the way that most of us order fabric from now on. But she mentioned in this article spoon flower, and I know that's a very popular place to go, especially if you want to create your own designs. It can be a little pricey though. Mood and Stone Mountain and Daughter. Now they've got free shipping over 75, and if you've bought fabric, they don't take very long to get $75. So you can get free shipping from $75 and up. Fabric Worm, now they're a little bit more pricier on their shipping. They're $150. Uh, Something that wasn't on the list that's one of my favorites is Marshall's Dry Goods. Now they've got free shipping over $80, and I can tell you what, I don't think you're going to make a queen size quilt and spend less than $80 on fabric hardly. So, that's a good options for you if you know what you're looking for. Um, Thrift stores. Don't count out thrift stores, especially like if you're going to go make t-shirt quilts. If you get the sale days, you can go in there and pick up half a dozen t-shirts for, a buck a piece. Uh, that's always a good place to go. And ladies in my community center picked up a quilt the other day from the 1930s. It was just the top. It was hand embroidered designs in it, and that was a great find. So don't discount thrift stores as a place to pick up fabric. You can go in there and get cotton shirts, and my sunbonnet Sue that I'm making. I bought all my jeans there that I'm making the sunbonnet Sue skirts out of, all in denim. So don't forget the thrift stores. Don't forget your local fabric shops, local fabric and quilt shops. I always believe in supporting them. And my friend that owns a quilt shop, she wants always reminding me, don't go in there expecting Joann fabric prices. You're not going to find it there. But what you are going to find is you're going to find somebody that's probably very helpful and knowledgeable and has a wide selection. So, and quality, so that you're not going to get anyplace else. So, support your local quilt shops. It's our hobby. Um, spend a little bit extra there. That don't ever forget those. But like I said, don't go in there and ask them for $3.99 a yard fabric because you're probably not going to find it there. Um, that leaves me with the two big ones, Michaels and Hobby Lobby. Now, Michaels, I've been told by my friend Bev, she says that they are now selling good quality fabric online and fairly decent prices. And their shipping is only free shipping over $49. So, Michaels, I think they did buy out the rights or whatever to Joann Fabrics. So don't discount them out. they still might not have a lot in their stores, but check online, and for $49 and above, you can get free shipping. And then that leaves me with my last one is Hobby Lobby. You know, I did my fair quilt with the fabric I bought at Hobby Lobby. I personally enjoy going there. Um, and usually about every other week they have a sale. It used to be 40% off. I think now I've only been finding 30% off, but still, it's not a bad place to shop. And that leaves me with, where do you go? If you have a secret place that you'd like to share with us, I'm sure we'd all like to know. And I'm always interested in hearing what you think. And like I always say, go out and make memories, because after health, memories are what's most important. And I will see you later. Bye.